Hayes of Connecticut is recognized.
Thank you, and thank you to our witnesses for being here, but I'm having a really hard time following along with this hearing because terms like school board and district are being used in the abstract. Where I'm from, the school board is composed of local members of the community who are elected to serve on these boards. And in the state of Connecticut, we have, our curriculum framework comes from the state, which says these are the topics that have to be taught. And then at the local level, local curriculum committees decide how will we teach those. In my district, a local curriculum committee, I should probably add that I'm not talking about this in a hypothetical way. I taught in my school district, was the head of many curriculum committees, was the Connecticut Teacher of the Year, was the National Teacher of the Year. I looked back at my notes to see how the last 8 curriculum committees I served on were composed, and they were subject matter teachers, technology coordinators, special education teachers, administrators, parent representatives always on these curriculum committees, students and community members who decided not only what the curriculum would entail, but how it would be taught. One step further, as a teacher, every week I had to turn in my actual lesson plans of what I was going to do Monday through Friday in my class. Those lesson plans were posted on Parent Square. Parents had the ability to view them, and we always had an opt-out policy. I actually believe that parents should have the ability to opt their children out of a lesson that they feel is offensive, or I'm sorry, not offensive, but goes against their religious beliefs. I also, however, am a mother who had all of my children formerly and currently went through a public school system. I think that I am a good, noble, honest parent, and I want my children to learn lessons about kindness and inclusivity and do not object to queer subject matter. So I think that the rights of those parents like me, should also be respected to have their children learn about their neighbors and people in their community. And while I agree that math and reading are very important, I also, and let me just say this, I want my children not only to learn about those things, but then come home and us have conversations about what this looks like in our community, because they will be living alongside people who they may not agree with, who have different lifestyles, who make different choices than them. And I am as equally concerned about them learning reading and algebra as I am about producing conscientious, good adults who are not racist or xenophobic or homophobic or bullies in their community. So as a parent, I want my child exposed to all of the information so that they can make the most informed decision. So I guess my question is, to, Mr. Rothschild, I'm going to come to you. Is Congress the body that is best suited to make these curriculum decisions? Because every committee, every hearing, every conversation, every quote, every statement that comes out of the other side is about these things should be made locally. And now we're here today saying that a local board of education made up of local representatives, local curriculum that chooses their curriculum materials that people can challenge if they don't like the decisions that come out of this board. They can elect new people to the board and change it. And now we're saying that those people still shouldn't be able to make decisions on behalf of the children in their community. Mr. Rothschild, should that be something that Congress does?
Again, I think the Supreme Court worded it a lot better than I could ever word it. And so in Millikins v. Bradley, this is what the Supreme Court had to say. No single tradition in public education is more deeply rooted than local control over the operation of schools. Local control over the educational process affords citizens an opportunity to participate in decision-making, permits the structuring of school programs to fit local needs, and encourages, quote, experimentation, innovation, and a healthy competition for educational excellence. That's a quote from a previous Supreme Court decision, within the Supreme Court decision.
I just want to say, I mean, I have members of my own family who identify as gay. I have people in the community who I look up to who identify as gay, and I want my children to know that those individuals are not an abomination. Those individuals are not indoctrination to care about people being able to live their life in the way that they choose. And again, the fact that this committee is doing this, You know, I'm a teacher, I also represent Newtown Sandy Hook. We have yet to have one hearing on school shootings. So if you want to protect children from the things that help them thrive in school, I would suggest that we start with that. I yield back.
Representative Messmer of Indiana is recognized.